What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today it's just another day, another game here, another brand new ball. So we're going to try and bowl the ever elusive 300 game to this channel. But happy Leif Erikson Day, guys. If you guys understand that reference, good for you. If not, that sucks. It really sucks. But the Viking. Here we've got a brand new addition to the 900 series, 900 global balls. Those are the high ends. Another hybrid, which is a little strange considering the origin, but it's been out for about a year now, so it might be time for it to leave. They are very different balls though, this one and the origin. I've thrown a couple shots already, and I'll kind of talk you through that, maybe why they might keep both of them in the product line. But there's a lot of new stuff going on with this ball here. So like I said, me and lane 14, once again, gonna try and get past the front seven. Who knows if we'll even get to the front seven, but we're gonna give it a go. Regular old, same house shot, 43 feet, 27 mils, some or other, just to make me look a little bit better than I might be. But here we go. Viking. All right, y'all. 10 pins on the lane. Brand new game up there. So the new thing with this one is the weight block, the strobe AI. Something like, what is it, 251052 with 16 intermediate, I think. I just read that last night, but whatever comes up on the screen, that's what's correct. All right, so new weight block, compared to the origin, a little bit higher RG, a little bit lower intermediate. So to me, what that translates to, it should translate to a little bit more length, and it should be a little bit rounder when it transitions, maybe a little more continuous for some people. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw my first one here and kind of talk about what I've been seeing thus far. What I've been seeing, that's probably like my 6th shot with this ball, 6th or 7th. It gives me very much of like an Equinox kind of feel. So it's cleaner, it's way cleaner than the origin, just because of the cover. This one has RB90 as opposed to whatever the origin has, which is like the super mega strong, full shebang cover. So this one's clean through the first portion, but it likes to really round out and straighten out a little bit in the middle part of the lane, which I don't think I'm giving it what it wants, but I'm kind of committed. I'm in the middle of this video trying to shoot 300, but this ball probably plays a lot better with shallower angles. Might be another league ball special for some people. That's the initial vibe it's given me. So it's not that super continuous bang kind of look thus far. Maybe I just got to break it in, but we'll find out. I'm trying to give it a little bit of rotation if you guys haven't already noticed, because I did leave a couple 10 pins on shots I thought were pretty good. Oof. Like that was the one that was 10 pinning. So yeah, I would say that one was above average rotation, and it really, like on that middle to back portion of the lane, it's really slowing down and getting going forward. So on the flip side, it might not be what my eye likes to see, but I can see for a lot of people, it almost feels like it mitigates the left, like overreaction miss. It's really blending out that break point. Like I haven't missed the pocket with it, albeit I shouldn't because it's a house shot, but it's not creating the super big entry angle, but it's hitting the pocket a ton on some shots I feel like could miss the pocket. Again, I'm trying to give it a bit of sauce so it gets the 10 out, but they haven't broken loose on me yet, which it's a different look. I almost want to toss it under like the control-y kind of clean asim, which is interesting. Like I said, Equinox is probably the closest ball I've thrown to this one, which they shouldn't really have much in common because Equinox I think is way lower RG, but it's just a feeling. I don't know. We'll find out more. Should be good. Oh, it's too early for the iPad. Third frame we already missed, but like that's the one, because as you guys know, HP lanes, a little bit higher friction. That's the one that like started to pick up, and then with that much rotation, a lot of my other balls can break loose and get like 4 through the middle, 9 pinned. So it tries to straighten out pretty good, which like I said, may not be what I would use all the time, but for people who like to use more the middle of the lane, that's pretty much what you want. You want a ball that's going to get through the first portion of the lane and straighten out and slow down for you. Higher ball speed league bowlers, blackjack bowlers, The Viking. I ordered it too late, but I did attempt to order a Viking hat on Amazon, but it was showing up too late. I would have bowled this game with the hat on, but oh well. Well, now that 300's out of the question, I'm gonna move back right. I'll throw it a little bit harder, and I'm gonna see if what I thought the ball wants is what it needs. Layout's just my regular 5x5x3, so up into the left of the middle. Just wanted to, that's like my baseline, just to see what it's like compared to Hyperdrive Pearl. I have a Gremlin in the back I might throw a little bit later to test more, but I'm gonna move like 6 right, throw it a little bit harder, and see if we get a little bit of a better shape out of it. We kind of did. A little bit more rounded, more ball speed, rev rate touch lower. That actually looked pretty good. I was utilizing this ball the incorrect way. My tape's curling up, but I don't want to change it. But we're gonna try and do that again. I like that. Rounded off that, nice. Oh, that's too far right. That's a me thing. My major speed adjustments like that aren't as good as they used to be, but you get the idea. You can see how much different the shape is from when I was trying to do my A game, kind of hit it, throw it a touch slower, as opposed to 6 or 7 further right, throwing it firmer. It's actually rolling and rounding off it from the further right, which more or less confirmed my suspicions that this ball probably just likes to be played a bit straighter. It's not a bad thing. You don't want everything to be a stand left, throw right, big wheel ball. Whoa, sounded like it hit something suspicious. We'll try and reel one in here though. So this one, kind of weird to me as well. They released another hybrid into the high-end 900 Global line, because obviously there's been Origin for the past year. But this one is, I'm not even sure if the Origin's a 2-part Pearl, 2-part solid. I think the Origin's 2-part solid, but this one's a 2-part Pearl. And the blend is weaker, RB90 as opposed to whatever the Origin is, which is like RB93, RB90 a lot. So that cover is way stronger, for sure. Like if you didn't even tell me that that cover was stronger and I just threw it, I would know that that cover was stronger compared to this one. So I could see them playing off each other. Have your Origin with a bit more surface. It's just a much bigger ball. And then you could go down to something like this, especially if you were bowling like a long pattern tournament or something of that nature. Big weight blocks are what you need typically on long patterns. So having different variations of cleaner cover, big weight block balls is always a good thing when you're bowling on long. 6-ball arsenals, definitely don't recommend having both of them, but if you're a regional bowler, and you're bowling tournaments, you're bowling long patterns, and you can bring as many balls as you want, you absolutely could bring both of them. Maybe get you a little pin up, pin down action. They're different enough, for sure. But let's try and keep this one left of 3. A little too... This is a ball I gotta experiment with a little bit. As you guys can tell, it's not exactly catching my eye at the moment. Not sure why I just re-racked that. Gives me the opportunity to throw another strike shot, I guess. Well, I guess the score goes out the board. My scoreboard. What am I doing? I'll just throw some shots. We'll move around the lane, I guess. Oh, it's Monday. It's Monday. What is wrong with me? I got issues. All right. That's not the spot either. Let me go back left. Let me go back left. This also isn't any kind of the place where I would try and throw big ASIMs anyways. Just, you guys know HP lanes, a little bit higher friction. I haven't also hit like a bad rack too. I also kind of double dribbled. Could have been on me. I'm gonna go back left. I'm actually gonna go a little bit, just a touch further left than I was. okay. All I'm really looking for is that, like, I don't want it to hook and stop and go forward. I want an even roll, and that one was closer. I just really don't want to get in front of that ball return. So we'll just try and throw that one a little faster. I've given up on the score, so I might as well just re-rack it. The focus is just all over the place right now. I suppose let's compare it to some other balls. I've actually got a Hyperdrive Pearl right here. It has some surface on it, so it's not a super great comparison, but I think this one's earlier. It being a hybrid, Hyperdrive has a weaker cover on it. I don't exactly know what this is, honestly, other than they call it RB90. But it's got a little bit lower RG than the Hyperdrive as well, so should be earlier. Let's try and throw that last shot with a little bit more sauce. A little bit more juice behind it. Told myself to throw it harder, and I did not. So one more, throw it a little bit harder, and then I'll throw the Hyperdrive Pearl just because it's right here. And that's the ASIM. That is the ASIM right there. That is the ASIM, yeah. Flaring a good amount for 5x5 with a 3 buffer. Flaring a lot, actually. So, explains why I just kind of, when it got right like that, burned out. Not the ball for me, I don't think. I'll be honest. Again, if you guys saw one of my previous videos about why your favorite ball is your favorite ball, it's okay. They're not all supposed to be for me. Bink. Something cool in the video, I guess. Hope that wasn't in the way of the camera. But I'm gonna throw the Hyperdrive Pearl. I've actually, as league has gone on, I've slowly begun to appreciate this ball a little bit more. Again, it's not the Gremlin, so it's not my absolute daddy favorite, but it's done all right. That might have just been because it has some surface on it. It's been hit with 2000 a few times, but I'm also starting to not run out of lane, but if I want to utilize more of the lane, I need to move where this ball returns in the way. Now just roll my hand at the back of it more and hopefully it carries to 10. We'll do that because I really just don't want a 3-step. But that ball flares significantly more than this one with this specific layout. Same layout, 5x5x3. Flare line's much tighter on the Hyperdrive Pearl. I don't think the numbers are too far off. Again, Viking's got lower RG, so it's gonna hook earlier, but that shouldn't affect diff. Could just be the way that the holes are hitting the weight block. Let's try and get a little more inside out on this one. More inside out. Okay, now we go back to the Viking. Pretty sure I fouled there, but it's all good. Back to the Viking. I think I just need to get it. If you guys don't know what inside out means, or a long right, of course my ball's stuck. It's like trying to find the oil and trying to keep it almost shallowing your angles, but getting to the same break point just further down the lane. So it's like standing on 39, trying to get it to 7 at 45 feet as opposed to 42 feet. Just trying to ride a little bit more oil in the middle part of the lane. But we're gonna try and do that with the Viking and really see what the difference is now. Didn't rotate that one as much either. Here we go, a little long right. Ah, there we go, okay. We just needed more oil. More oil! That makes sense. That being said, picks up in the oil pretty nicely. It almost also kind of reminds me of Absolute, the original one. A cleaner cover ASIM that I would want to keep a little bit more in front of me, which makes sense for the long right, because that's essentially what you're doing is keeping it more in front of you. We'll try and replicate that one. Odds are pretty low that we do, but we'll try. Whoa. That was just way too hard. There's a whole lot of suckage out of me, but I'll rack that. We'll throw one more and then we'll close this puppy out. Speed control of this video has been about an F+. When I told myself to throw it harder, I just didn't. When I told myself, just throw it a little softer, threw it harder. So for all you guys telling me, hey, go back out on the tour. That's not the speed control you need for the tour. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Viking coming out soon. Again, I think this is another one of those League Bowler specials. All right, kind of playing that little cliff there, get you a little 20 to 10 action. I can't do it right now because I could. I'm not going to. I think this has what I call a lot of real world use potential. All right, just made that up on the spot. In other words, I think a lot of league bowlers will like this ball. It's a clean ASIM ball, why wouldn't they? Really slows down the middle, gives me that Equinox Absolute feel, which were kind of like league ball house shot killers. So don't be afraid to grab one. Much different from the Origin, much different. Origin, way earlier, way stronger cover, way more intermediate, meant for way more oil. This one, made for maybe not quite as much oil. Let's see if we can dial one in here. Slower speed, close this thing out with a little pride. Third slower, but I got it right. As you guys can see, I'm not dialed. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like the jersey, as always, efx.co, link is down in the description below. Use code MITA for 10% off at checkout. Helps you, helps me. TV Bowl and Supply. This ball is available for pre-order, hopefully right now. That's up to Chris. He's the one that does that. Viking, 900 Global, 900 Series, available later in November. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.